Hi guys, in this video I'll be showing you how I created this particular flyer over here, and these are the images that I use for the flyer design. So the link to these images will be in the description below. Now the first thing to do is to drag our mobile phone onto the worksheet, press Ctrl and then resize it. After resizing it, we'll make a selection of the mobile phone by going to select and then subject. So now let's wait for Photoshop to make the selection for us. Now that the selection has been made, press Ctrl J 2 times to duplicate the phone. Select the top layer. Select your quick selection tool over here. Now let's make a selection of the inner part of the phone. After making the selection of the inner part of the phone, we'll add a layer mask to it like this. Now let's drag our model onto our worksheet. Press Ctrl J to duplicate the model's image. Select the two images here. Change the opacity from 100% to 50%. So let's resize the image. Yes, I think this is okay for me. So the next thing to do is to change the opacity again back to 100%. After doing that, I'll select the bottom model image, right click on it and then select create clipping mask. So I've clipped it onto the mobile phone beneath it. Now select the top model image, go to select and then subject. We want to make a selection of our model. Now that we've made the selection of our model, we'll add a layer mask to it again. Now, make sure the layer mask is selected, this one, and then select your brush tool. Make sure the foreground color is black and paint over your model like this. Okay. Now, turn the visibility of the main phone layer off. Select background, then let's add a solid color. And then we're picking the color from the skateboard over here. So click here to pick the color and then let's adjust it a little bit. Okay, so this is okay for me. But then the phone was having a shadow. So let's try and add a shadow. We will turn back the main layer of the phone. You see that there's a shadow over here. Now go to normal and then change the blend mode from normal to multiply to apply the shadow over here. Now that we are done, we'll be adding our text. So select the type tool and then type out the word skate. Enlarge it. Then let's change the font. Let's go with Gotham black, regular, and then change color back to black. Let's change this one to -50. Okay, so I think this is okay. Now place it in the middle and make sure the fill is 0%. Go to FX stroke and give it a stroke of 5 pixels, and the color should also be white. Now press Ctrl J to duplicate the skate text and drag it down like this. Select these two texts, press Ctrl J to duplicate it again and drag it down. Select the text again, press Ctrl J and drag it down. Now let's select all the text and adjust them all. click here to group them and then name it skate. But I don't think it's in the middle, so let's place our image in the middle. Let's resize it just a little bit. Okay, so now what we'll be doing is we'll be adding a different background to it. So select this one, that's the solid color. And let's drag this image onto our worksheet. Now let's change the blend mode of this image. So click here and let's change it from normal to, let's go with overlay. So this is okay. Now let's group these ones and name them background. So let's say BG for background. Let's group these and name it. Let's name it phone with model. So the last thing to do is to add a slight tint of blue to our image. So I selected the curve adjustment layer here. Click and then select blue and just give it a little blue tint in our image. So yeah, we've added just a little blue tint to our image. Okay, so guys, this is how to create this particular flyer in Adobe Photoshop.